Hi, Suze. Yeah, it for some reason it wasn't working. I'll have to work on the settings for the OBS software program. I'll be glad when I get my new internet. Is this better? Okay, good. How are you this morning? Good morning. Hi. Hello again, Darlene. Frenchie's, we need Frenchie to come in, and the gang's all here. Oh, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Ugh. I look like a tube, my eyeballs. I went to bed early last night. So how's everybody doing this morning? I'm just rewriting my list here for the outside your comfort zone. Okay, Suze. Well, I appreciate you even stopping by. I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody stopping by. That's why no, I went to bed early last night. Just not sleeping well. Like I said, I picked up Bella, and she's up next to her sister. Computer died on the phone. Oh, I'm telling you, sometimes technology on YouTube Live, if you want, like, you up in the corner, it has where you can upload a video, or it'll have go live. It has go live, and I was trying to go live through my OBS software. So maybe next time I'll try and just go live straight from my webcam and just straight onto YouTube. But I was trying to do the OBS software to see how that'll work. But the internet, it wasn't getting a strong enough signal. So once I get different internet. Good morning, Maribel. So, well, I did it. I ordered my ChiaoGoo needles. They will be here Thursday or Friday next week. I still have to sell my Zings, but I have somebody that wants to look at them for her sister. So I'm going to show them to her tomorrow. If not, then I'll put them up for sale on the channel. You be lurking while working. But I'm not going to say what Lisa says, lurking, working, and bureau. Lurking, working, gherkin. I don't know what gherkin... She said what gherkin meant in one of her videos, but I don't remember. But you're just lurking and working. I'm drinking... you can see a big cup of ginger peach tea, trying to settle my belly down. For some reason, it's deciding to act like a volcano today. But now I'm just finishing because I got a bunch of additions I got to add to the list. So I thought, let me rewrite it so I can read it, because I can't read my own writing. So that's what I'm doing right now while I'm talking to you ladies. Because this weekend, I am going to pull a number to send somebody a little sum, as ZZ would say. We got I think almost 30 entries on this so far. Cool. Weather's cooled down a little bit today, so I got a sweater on. It's a little cool out today. Okay, you're on your computer now, Frenchie? Cool. Frenchie, is your name Nancy? I try to get people's names rather than their YouTube names. I'd like to just give. Okay, Suze, we'll be here. I said I'm going to be here for about an hour this morning. I got to go and run to drop off the last bucket for the raffle. They'll be opening up pretty soon, so I got to drop the bucket off to them. And then I have them all out. Okay, Nancy, I just wanted to make sure, instead of calling you Frenchie, I'll call you by your name, Nancy. A lot of times people, if I do go to a live, they keep calling me two OGs. A few of them remember my name, but a lot of them don't remember my name. I don't know. Antoinette, I don't think it's a hard name to remember. I just remember Marie Antoinette lost her head. That's how I tell people remember it. Nope, I crocheted from 4 o'clock this morning till about 7. Got a couple rows left on that project I'm doing. And then I've got to block those 2 pieces before I put them together. But other than that, I know I'm glad it's the weekend. But like I got home yesterday, I didn't get home until like 5 o'clock yesterday from the mainland. And I made Alfredo sauce last night with linguine, and then I grilled some chicken breasts, and that's what we had for supper last night. But the good thing is I made enough of that. I have enough chili in the refrigerator, and I also did barbecue pulled pork, so they can have leftovers tonight, and I don't have to cook. Because I don't feel like cooking tonight. Actually, it turned out pretty good. I did 4 cheeses in my Alfredo sauce. Sometimes I do 2. So I did Asiago, Parmesan, mozzarella, and I did Asiago. Feta. So I put all 4 cheeses in my Alfredo sauce. And then up here you can't get heavy cream, so I use the 35% whipping cream and some butter. But I cut down the amount of butter I put in mine. Oh, Darlene saying hi to everybody. Yeah, and I got to get Lisa Ladybird pulled the color. I actually don't know what my second color is. What is my number 2 color? Orange. Orange. Is that not neon bright? Let me tell you, that is bright. I'd like to put this under a black light. That is bright. I have to. That's the next color in my blanket. I have to do textured wave stitch, which I've never done, so I've got to look. I got my crochet books out to look it up to see what a textured wave stitch is. That's the next stitch we're doing. I'm telling you, good morning, Brenda. I'm telling you, it is bright. I mean, the neon yellow is bright too, but when I decided to pick the colors for the blanket, I was in a kind of a, blue mood. Exactly, darling. Sunglasses on, but phew, that's bright. But you know what? It'll be. I'm making it to put on the back of my chair here in the craft room, especially in the wintertime when it gets a little chilly in here. I just have to put it on my legs. I was going to start rearranging the craft room this morning, but I'll hold off on that till next week. So is anybody working on anything this morning? Anybody has their coffee or tea or their drink of choice? Having your Timmy's. Oh, Suze is back. Welcome back, Suze. No, we don't have a Timmy's on the island, so I make my own. There's my cup. It says attitude 1-800-BITE me. That's you got your coffee. That's how I am if I don't get my coffee in the morning. I had probably half a pot. I think maybe that's why my belly is a little upset this morning. Okay. I got them all caught up. Now I got to get the rest of them to add to the list. Honest to God, this morning. Ugh. Oh no, I don't get wired on coffee making stackable pumpkin decoration. Oh, Darlene's doing that too. She's making stackable pumpkin decoration. Oh, you guys have to post them. Both post them in the Facebook group. In fact, I'm just writing Brenda's name down on the list here. Brenda did a snowflake wind spinner. I think that's pretty cool. I have to take a look at that. I got some pretty white Red Heart with Love metallic that would make it look like snowflakes. I'm not. I have to get the pattern for the wind spinner. Somebody post in the Facebook group. Is it a paid pattern or a free pattern for the wind spinner? If it's a free pattern, go ahead and post it in the Facebook group because I'd like to make the wind spinner. Oh, it's a tutorial on YouTube? Okay, I'll look it up. I'll tell you, Brenda, you've been pumping out them wind spinners, haven't you? Okay. I think I go. Okay. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Oh, make, do, craft. Let me. Where's my book at? Where's my notebook? I'll write that down. Make, do, and craft. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. Okay. We currently have. I want to make little wreaths for Christmas. Okay. There's 24 names on the list. So you have until tomorrow. If you have anything outside, hashtag outside your. Good morning, Lorraine. Good morning. Anything you want to get your pictures up, don't forget your hashtag outside your comfort zone, because I'm going to do a drawing this weekend, probably Sunday. So you have all day tomorrow. Get your pictures posted. I can't put none of my pictures up. And I've been doing plenty of crap outside my comfort zone lately. A lot of things way outside my comfort zone. Naming blankets. I gotta take these apart and put them away. Ah! Lorraine, how are you feeling, dear? Oh, I posted the one of my shawl. Yeah, I posted my shawl. I posted my blanket. I just don't put the hashtag. I always post pictures of my finished objects. I mean, lately I've been working steadily on those two big projects, which the blanket's finished, and the secret test pattern I'm testing is just about finished. I'm back into the topsy-turvy. I was talking to Darlene the other night, and I'm fixing to turn the topsy-turvy upside down because there's going to be a twist in it next video. I've got a bunch of the blocks done. I just got to do the tutorials. And then hold on to your panties, because I'm going to turn her upside down. Got to make it interesting. Got to keep it interesting. You guys know me. I always like to throw surprises in. I like to throw surprises in. I'm just putting my things away here. I started to use the 11s, the 8mm, but now that my Chiagoos are coming, and I have a lady that might want to buy this set, like I was telling the girls, but if she doesn't buy it, then I'm going to offer it for sale up on this site. And I have the receipt to show what I paid for mine. I keep the receipt in the box. I got mine from Lovecrafts. There we go. That's out of the way. That is out of the way. Yeah, I'm down to the last four rows on my test pattern I'm doing. You guys, I'll be so glad to get this done. Doing this whole thing and fingering yarn has been, with a 4mm hook, has been fun. I don't know why it is. Most of the test patterns I've done have all been fingering weight yarn. Whether it was knitting or crocheting, they've all been fingering weight. And I got to get my rows done on my pick and mix cowl that Lisa has going on. But I just got to look up a tutorial for the textured wave stitch. Said it's something like, "Hi, Kathy." Yeah, as soon as Hannah gives the okay, then I'm going to post pictures on the Yayas, and let you know where you can get the pattern from. Because she also gives when she first releases the pattern, the first week, she always gives $1 off, and her patterns are never more than a couple dollars, like $3. She's really reasonable on her prices. And this pattern, I will tell you, it's a piece of cake, but it's a really nice pattern. Piece of cake. And the finished product is going to be really nice. But it's a really easy pattern to do. And she has it all the way up to 5X. Oh, you were one of the ones testing that for Connie. She emailed me and wants me to do a live with her. When she emailed me, it was last week. And everybody knows last week was a hellish week for me. So I just emailed her this morning and I told her, if you still have dates open, I'll do a live with you, but it's got to be in the morning because nighttime, my computer. So I told her I'd do a live with her. I don't know what I'd say. She had Christina from Bella Uncheto, Beautiful Crochet, on her last one. So, and then I've got to get back. Lindsay and I have to get back together and do our interview so I can get it recorded and up on the channel. Darlene, I saw Connie's prototype and it really is neat. And she just did another one. They're knit, and she just did another one with pumpkins on it. She said she's got to write the patterns up, and she has to get the other one out to testers. So that's one of the things she's trying to get done and get them out to testers. But yeah, it was pretty cool because especially I would do the hat I know it's hard to work with, but I would do the hat in black or like a black and gray, like a Northern Lights background, and then I would do the aliens in lime green, neon green, so make them pop. But that's just me. But black yarn is so hard to work with. Believe me, the weather's coming to where I'll start working on my Alaska hat again because it's winter's coming. Oh, did I say that? Shame on me. Shame on me for saying that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Are any of you guys doing the pick and mix cow with Lisa Ladybird? Anybody doing the pick and mix cow? Okay, yeah. I thought that would look, for the alien hat, the contrast between the black and the light green. But then I like to get the concept in my head. This is how my head, you guys get a little bit of an insight into how my head works and my creativity flows. Doing the background in like Hobie's Universe, I'm using that for my background on my Alaska hat to give the idea of outer space, the sparkling stars and the different colors of like the Northern Lights, or Aurora Borealis type thing. Welcome in, Hope. Somebody else didn't like the waistcoat stitch. That stitch is harder in your hands. Oi. I didn't like the waistcoat stitch either. I did it, but oi, it hurt my hands. Yes, Brenda, please do. Please do. And feel be more than you can hashtag it outside your comfort zone. If it's something outside your comfort zone, hashtag it. Well, welcome in, Hope. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? But because I have a bunch of that universe, and just the way it looks, I thought it would look with the metallic thread in it, and I've got some colors that would represent, outer space. So I think that, I just thought that with the aliens. Of course, I live among the aliens here. Believe me, there are some strange birds that live in our world. Very strange. I went to Oh, okay. Well, we look forward to it, Hope. But yeah. Life gets busy, Hope. We all get that, and I mean, we all have our YouTube channels and stuff, but your life comes first, family, jobs, and all that comes first. So you got to take care of that. Oh, Brenda, you doing the crochet along too? Oh, you have too much going on. Yeah, that waistcoat stitch, it killed my hands. It was a bugger. I caught yesterday a little bit of the live while I was out running my errands. Oh, anyways, I squirreled. Oh boy. I was in Service New Brunswick, which is our version of motor vehicles. I went to check to see if I needed a permit to do the raffle that I'm doing for the Canadian blanket there to raise money for the animal shelter. So, of course, with Rona, mask it up and, only X amount of people allowed in. So I got my number and took my social distancing spot. And I was waiting for this couple to finish up. And I was just going to go up and ask her, do I need a permit for this? So I went up and the lady was coming up. I said, ma'am, I just got to ask her a question. I mean, I don't even have to be here. I said, would you mind if I just asked her a question? And she politely informed me, yes, I would. Good enough. Walked away. I thought to myself, you miserable old witch. It would have taken me 2 minutes to ask her a question. And then I sat there for an hour to find out that I didn't need a permit. So, have a nice day. Kiss my butt. Lorraine, that waistcoat stitch is brutal. It is brutal on the hands. I did, I think, 6 rows. She said you could do 6 to 8 rows. I did 6. It was brutal. I mean, it looks like the knit stitch, but oi. Yeah, Darlene. I mean, talk about a miserable, if you'll excuse my disrespectfulness, miserable old bat. I just couldn't believe that. I mean, I let people in front of me at the grocery store that only have a couple items. I open the door for people. I try to be really courteous to people. But, set me right off. But you know what? I just took a deep breath and said, ain't worth it. Don't let myself I was happy to be going around and, I feel good about the fundraiser. I'm very proud of my blanket, considering it was my first corner to corner. I was very proud of it. And, raising money for the puppies and the kitties. And of course, I picked my Belle up yesterday, brought her home. So she's home. She's up beside her sister. But, so I got myself out of the mood. That's why I decided to make fettuccine Alfredo. When in doubt, go make yourself something to eat. Yeah, I was thinking more like a Kamala, but we won't go there. So, yes, Lorraine, with arthritis, when my hands act up, thank you, Brenda. when my hands act up. But I did it. I got the stitch done. But I did find I switched my crochet hook to one that had a little bit pointier of a head to poke through. Yeah, Lorraine, I know. But still, I mean, I know she was older than me, so I was respectful. But geez, just a miserable old back. You know, I personally believe and it's my personal opinion. Life is too short to be miserable like that. You know, it took me a week to get myself. Not saying I don't have crying jags. I have them all the time. It's just, you know, but I shook myself and pulled my britches up and said, look, life's too short. You need to think positive and, you know, look at what's around you and what you're blessed with. So, and, you know, you'll be back together with all three of them one day. So that's what I hold on to. But if I was that miserable going through life, I wouldn't leave my house. I wouldn't. I couldn't leave my house being that miserable. You know, I have a big family. I'm the oldest of 7 kids, 6 girls. Our house had major PMS problem. Seriously, major PMS problem. All 6 of us girls and mom, we were all in the same cycle. Daddy used to dread that time of the month. Daddy dreaded it. He would just look up and say, oh, here we go again, you know. But times when I moved up here, I'd go home and I'd see my family, my sisters and that. Honest to God, ladies, I asked them one day, why are you so miserable? I said, you know, positive in, positive out. I said, it's always negative in, negative out. Your life is going to be negative. I said, so try to be positive. Push the negativity away. I said, because if not, you are going to have a very miserable life. And I've got to remove myself from that situation and the negativity because honest to God, it'll drown you. You know, and I love my family. Don't get me wrong. I love my sisters and my brother, but I have to love them from a distance because they'll suffocate you with the negativity. And it's sad because life is too short. You know, life is too short. I mean, I blinked. Bam, I'm 60. Bam, my son turns 41 the 18th. I think it's, which is, 18, let's say it's 15, 16. Monday, my son turns 41. So, you know, life's too short. Time flies by so fast. It's but a blip in the scheme of things. So I'd rather be happy and go through life, you know, try to make other people happy and put myself around people and stuff that, you know, just are happy and try to be positive. I'm not saying we all don't have bad days. We all do. I mean, we all face loss, whether it is a loved one, our fur babies, a job, financial loss. I mean, there's all kind of different losses, and it's how you handle it. I mean, I have faced pretty much all of them. I've been up, I've been down. Heck, they walked into my house one day and they took everything I had, repossessed all my furniture, everything. I sat in the middle of my living room floor and cried. I called my husband. I told him what happened. I didn't see my husband for 3 months. He stayed out working because he said it was never going to happen again. Darlene, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Anger, hatred, negative attitude, miserable. They say, how can I put this? I can see a beautiful woman that's beautiful, you know, somebody that has facial beauty, but is ugly because what's on the inside, it shows on the outside. But somebody that is so beautiful on the inside, it doesn't matter what they look like on the outside because they exuberate beauty. I mean, did that come out right? You understand what I'm trying to say? I've seen some of the most beautiful people in the world that were models and stuff like that, but they were ugly because they were so ugly, shallow, self-centered on the inside. You know, I have my sister, Hannah. She's the second oldest. Yeah. Of us 6 girls, Hannah facially is the most beautiful. but she's the most beautiful all over because inside she is so beautiful. And I tell her that all the time, but she doesn't believe it. And she's the one that lost her son last March when COVID started. Yes, darling, beautiful on the inside and outside. It exuberates. Exactly, Maribel. But, and some people just don't get it. Hi, Tori, welcome in. I missed you if you come, welcome in. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. I was brought up, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. That's why I never leave a negative comment. I have never left a negative comment. Did I leave a critic? How do I put this? I left a comment on one. I've only done it once, and I knew the podcaster because we had emailed back and forth. But this podcaster was approaching a subject in her knitting and crochet video that I felt, and the way it was being presented was terrible. And I just messaged, I come to the podcasts to be in a good place, to watch knitting, crocheting, community, fellowship. I'm not coming here to listen to you talk about politics, religion, yay or nay, or some of these other controversial subjects. That's why I don't really talk about it on my channel, for the simple fact is everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I make no bones that I'm a Christian. I make no bones about that. But somebody else may not have that belief, and that is their right. That is their choice. That is their right. I'm not going to sit there and lecture somebody. Exactly, Hope. It's what you say, but how you say it. You can say the same thing two different ways, and it'll mean two different things. But this podcaster messaged me back, and I had been a long time subscriber to her. I mean, we had exchanged cards, packages, and everything else. And she messaged me, and she says, I didn't realize that that's how it was coming across. I said, it did. I said, and I'll tell you, I almost unsubscribed to you because of it. And I've been subscribed to her for 3 years. And she said she apologized. And I said, don't apologize. I said, but I'm just constructive criticism. That I know a lot of people that come to these podcasts to watch and see what everybody's doing, to learn new techniques, different parts of the world, to see the yarns you have that I may not be able to get, and for fellowship. That's what most of the people, the controversial channels, I told her, I said, I have unsubscribed to over 125 channels that I had on my subscribe list because of stuff like that. I don't want to come to your channel. I don't want to listen to you bash on other channels. I don't want to listen to you bash on a country you're not even from. I don't want you to listen to you condemn somebody's religious beliefs or non-religious belief or lack of religious beliefs. Not your place. We have freedom of speech, but this place here on our podcast is supposed to be a place where we come to share our craft. I mean, yesterday we talked about the Rona. Okay, Sue, sweetheart, thank you for coming. I'll see you next week. I'll probably come on live next week. I figure I'm going to try to do a live here and there during the week when I have the quiet of the house to myself. But just be careful out there, Suze. But I mean, and I'm not trying to get on a tirade, but I've flicked through, I have like all of these podcasts that I just flick through, flick when they start. And some of them like I said, I've been subscribed to some of them for a long time. I just unsubscribe. I'm not clogging up my feed. I want to tune into somebody that's going to make me laugh. I have a subscriber. She's a big channel, which blows my mind. Had won one of my giveaways. And I know she subscribed to my channel because she's won several of my giveaways. She had to put everything on her channel private, all her information, because she was getting harassed so bad. Why? So I messaged her, I emailed her back. I said, look, I know you're subscribed to my channel. You've been here a long time. Don't you worry about it. And it's a shame that things have to be that way. You know, and sometimes it gets me almost to the point of tears when I see some of these podcasters saying, well, I'm considering, you know, stopping my channel because of the mental health. And we all worry about each other's mental health. And was it last month or this month? It's Mental Health Month. Zach Stout did a big thing on mental health, and Manic Mama Musing, she does a big thing on mental health every Monday. There's quite a few people that do things on, excuse me. Hold on a moment. I was going. Hello? Hi, hon. Yes, I did. Okay, dear. All right, hon. Love you too. Bye-bye. That was my sister-in-law. I had to do a phone call. But mental health is really important. Yeah. Exactly, Lorraine. I've never made any bones about I have a bipolar disorder. I've had it for 40 years. I've been under control. I was under control, medication-free for 15 years. Thank you, Darlene. And I was medication-free. I had learned and was educated and knew what to do. Last year, after the Rona hit, and I worked straight through the entire thing, and they put me off work because I'm back on the medicine again. A lot of people said they never even knew I had it. Well, duh. I take care of it. I don't let it run my life. My joke is it makes me interesting when it was out of control, but it wasn't. It's very destructive. It's very destructive. I choose to manage it. But so I'm very, you know, I watch my mental health. That's why when bad things happen, my husband gets very worried. I said, honey, if I didn't go over the deep end after losing Donnie, I'm a strong woman. I'm very strong. I may have a little hiccup along the way, and I may have a little, but you know, and I know what keeps me strong. Okay, everybody has their thing. I know what keeps me strong. That's been my faith in my family. But everybody has their way what they gain their strength from. This here, the last 3 years, has kept me balanced, has kept me centered. And I'll tell you how much it does. If I miss a day where I don't, even if it's just for a half hour, I don't crochet or knit, my husband comes up to me and says, what's the matter? And I'll say, what? You're not knitting or crocheting. He'll say, you're not knitting. Or I said, okay. He says, no, something's wrong. He says, because you crochet and knit every day. And he's right. If I do not pick up my needle or hooks for a day, even if I'm really busy, I have it in the car, you know, or I have one by my chair that I just might do a couple stitches on. But if I don't touch it, something's bothering me, or I'm kind of like off my game. So, and my husband's very in tune to me, so I am lucky on that aspect. He helps keep me, as he says, he keeps me from bouncing off the ceiling, because I have a tendency to get very manicky, which when I drove truck worked well. You know, I didn't sleep, so it worked well. Some people that have that disorder have a tendency to self-medicate. I was not one of those people. My addiction was work. I was a workaholic. So, anyway, you feel incomplete. Well, Lorraine, it's probably for the same reason I do, that missing part of your heart, because we lost one of our children. It feels like part of us is missing, and it's the unnatural order of things. you know, and it's probably the hardest thing that any parent has to contend with. And I mean, Donnie's been gone. This past Sunday was 7 years. And people say, well, you know, it's time to move on. You never move on. It could be 20 years. It could be 30 years. You never move on because it's not normal. It's not the normal order of life. I'm supposed to go first, right? And you have good days, you have bad days. You guys, there's times I've been on my video that I've actually had to stop the video because all of a sudden it's just out of nowhere, something will trigger. Bam, and the tears come on. And there's nothing I can do about that. It happens. I just have to go with it. I will tell you, though, when he did go, my ability to express emotion, and I'm not saying I don't express emotion, but to really express emotion, grief, you just close your heart off. And this is going to sound terrible, and I don't expect any of you to. I'm very transparent. I'm a very much like an open book. I don't expect anybody to understand it, but there's some of you may understand it. The loss of Bella and Valeria, my fur babies. I cried harder, and I have grieved harder than when I lost my mother. The only reason I cried when my mom passed, but my mom was older. My mom had been sick for a while, and my mom died of a broken heart because of her selfish, self-centered, some of her kids. But she went and joined Daddy again. Pretty much, Brenda, you're right. I mean, you've been through it too. There's several of us in here who have lost a child, and it's the most. I wouldn't wish that on somebody I strongly disliked, because it's just a pain it's indescribable. I can't tell you the depth of the pain. There's no words to describe it. I have a sister. Hannah, the loss of her son. She has 7 kids. I had 3. I've got 1 living now. My first one only lived very short time, but her life would have been not good quality. So he was merciful and took her home. And then I had my son. He was 32 when he passed. And all this phone, excuse me, I do apologize. I got you ladies, can you just talk in the chat for a second? I'm so sorry about that, ladies. I had to take that phone call. But I'll tell you what. I can't wait for the month of October to be finished. I am so done with October. Ooh, this has been a hellish month. Excuse my language. Oh, what did I miss? I don't know if any of you guys have seen Lorraine's beaded jewelry on the Yaya page, but let me tell you, it is gorgeous. I'm not much of a jewelry wearer. I have tons of jewelry my husband bought me that sits in a jewel box, but her jewelry is gorgeous. That is some talent, and I don't know how but it's beautiful. I have to say, all of you ladies do beautiful work. Her jewelry is gorgeous. Darlene's amigurumi is beautiful. I love her. You posted? Okay, cool. I will. So I have a second computer. It's in there, but it's set up for. I do my schooling on it and my instructor course. All my stuff's on there. So I'm gonna bring up her alien hat. And we're going to see her alien hat. I got to refresh my page. And here is her alien. Oh, stop. There's her alien hat. Brenda, awesome job. That is fabulous. Love it. I love the color combos. Love it. I love the color combos. Okay, let me put that in the book. And put that in the book here. That is absolutely beautiful. You did a phenomenal job on that. If I could spell now. Beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I mean, oh, Lorraine just posted one too. Oh, look at this, ladies. You guys are. I'm adding. We may hit 30 today. Lorraine, I love those hats. There's Lorraine's. Look at those. Those are so cute. I love the flower. That is so cute. I love to see babies, little girls with the hat, little flowers on the hat. Maribel posted. Oh, boy, you guys. Maribel, that's beautiful. Is that the flower? Is that Reggie's pattern? That I've been seeing a lot of the see, that is the Flower Valley Shaw. Is that Reggie's pattern? I've seen a lot of people doing it. What yarn did you use for that shawl? That's pretty. She's hosting the cow? Okay. What yarn did you use for that? That's pretty yarn. Never heard of that. I never heard of that. But it's beautiful. I love the colors. I've watched Reggie's lives, Yarniversity, a couple times. She's funny. She's funny. Yes, ladies, all your work is absolutely beautiful. You inspire me. And the problem is, then I have another whip on the hook or needles. I have some of that. I have, it's from Hobium. Bumbo, was that Hobium? Yeah, Hobium, I think. It's either Hobium or Hobie. I think it was Hobium I got that Bumbo from, because I only got a few things from Hobium. I've had, I have it in my stash. I used it for one project, but I did it. I am bad at, I will combine yarns. I do a lot of things in combination. I combine a lot of my yarns when I'm doing something. I like to do different textures. I'll even combine different weights of yarn. Oh, it's this homemade pattern. Okay. Oops. 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 God, I love. I'll tell you what. This yarn here that I'm using in this project, it's a sock yarn. It's called Soulful Stripes, and this is from Hirschner's. And this is merino wool. It is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. But I'll tell you what, it is some nice. It is some nice. I mean, it's soft. Okay, I just friended her on Facebook, and I saw her on somebody's live. It's neat when I can put a face with the name. You know, it's nice when I put a face with the name. It's nice when I put a face with the name. I had the my problem is I get to a point where I get the startitis thing. Like I started this was my, I was going to take it on the boat yesterday, but I ended up taking that, working on it. I got to finish my Ross hat with the Nordica. That's another soft yarn. You know, I can't afford indie dyed yarn. I can't. I've only used it once. I was testing for Stephanie Aaron. It was last year, and it was a Tunisian test pattern, and it was the Void Shawl. And I got 3 skeins of yarn, and it cost me $100 for 3 skeins of yarn. 2 skeins of superwash merino and a skein of Surrey baby alpaca, which is that yarn is just scrumptious. But she preferred to see the tests done in Feisty Fibers yarn. I'm not saying it's not nice yarn. It's beautiful yarn, but expensive. And had I known it was that expensive, I wouldn't have gotten it. But it was too late. The invoice was sent to me, and I picked my colors, and the invoice was sent to me, and I almost had a stroke. So I said, because it's up for sale, I have that shawls on sale. It's in my Ko-Fi shop, right? It's the most expensive thing in my Ko-Fi shop right now. But I had to, and it's only, I think I put it up for $125 or $115, only because the yarn was so expensive. Yeah, exactly, darling. Indie dyed yarn. I love to support the small businesses, the indie dyers and stuff. I buy their patterns. I do buy patterns, and some of the patterns I buy have been $10. Knititude. I bought Lindsay Luchuk's book. It was 33 Canadian. But you know, I try to help support, you know, some of them with their small Etsy shops. As soon as I build my funds up a little bit more, my EI ran out, and I do all this stuff here. But anyways, build my funds up a little bit, and because I want to purchase, I got a couple people that are going to let me send the flash drives to them in the States, and then they're going to ship them to me here in Canada. Because Crystal had messaged me and said what was going on, and she's, you know, hopes to resolve it. But it was because a few people complained about shipping times. Well, that's not her fault. That's shipping. But I understand her reasoning why she's not shipping international right now, because it's just not worth the hassle. You know, I am fully in support of Crystal's decision. And I told her what I was going to do. I said, well, then fine. I'll just have it sent to somebody and they can ship it to me. No worries. Good enough. Because she thanked me for the purchase because she can see what I bought from her. And, she apologized and I told her there was no reason to apologize to me. But I do try to support the small stores, the small businesses, because I know what it's like. I mean, it's hard. It's a tough world out there. Make a living. I had a small store here on the island. I had to close it. It cost hubby and I our entire retirement. Live and learn. But one door closes, another one opens. So I get really nice yarn, even just from the big box stores. I order online. Most of my yarn comes from online because of where I live. Accessibility to yarn is hard for me. Now, like I said, we're going to take a trip to Cricket Cove again once they lift some of these stupid restrictions again. I'm hoping we go green again, but you never know. I wish I would have gone when our mask mandate was lifted in August, but August was busy this summer. But I think one of the podcasters was showing Sweet Skein of Mine. That's a local New Brunswick dyer. That's yarn, indie yarn that's done right here in New Brunswick. Beautiful yarn. I can get it right up at Cricket Cove, but I can't justify $25, $30 for one skein, 200, 250 yards of yarn when I can find something comparable in a blend from, Hobie or Hirschner's or Michael's or whatever. Darlene sent me 2 cakes of this yarn. Now, this wasn't available in the States, Michaels. It was only available in Canada. I have this. This is slotted for a special project. It was called Swirl Shawl. Okay. Now, Darlene sent this to me. Okay. It's gorgeous. Soft. Let me tell you something. This is 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca. Okay, this yarn, I'd love a whole sweater made out of it. It is. Oh my gosh, I'm like, this is just like you sit here and I just pet it. I just pet it. But I can get just as nice yarns. Yeah, Tori. I still have one flash drive left. It's going to be going for one of the giveaways. I still have one left. I need to order a couple more because I like to have 1 or 2 on hand for giveaways. When she has them on sale, I usually order 2 at a time. I have a couple people in the States that are willing to let me ship them to their house. And then they've sent me their shipping information. And then I just will send them the money for them to ship it to me. And that way I'll be able to get the flash drives back on my giveaways. Barbara Leanhard that won the flash drive in my birthday giveaway was ecstatic with it. She was ecstatic. So pay attention to future giveaways because like I said, I do have the flash drive that is for a future giveaway. It's I have it in here somewhere. It's right there. This is a flash drive. Did you, Darlene? I love that yarn. I don't think you can get it anymore. I love that yarn. I have that put for a special project. But this is one of her flash drives. So I got it to keep for future giveaways. I have... actually, I'm going to show you. This weekend, I am pulling a name from our group. And it's just a little envelope with a few goodies in it. And one of the goodies is going to be one of the Deer Island mystery books. Okay. This is what's going to be in the giveaway this weekend. And it's just like I said, there'll be this, maybe some stitch markers, and of course some tea. But this is what's good. I'm giving away this weekend. Okay, darling, let me know and I'll buy it from you because I'd love to make a sweater out of it. So that's what because the outside hashtag outside your comfort zone is ongoing, and like I said, once a month I'm going to pull a name, pull a number, find out whose name it's by. Once it's pulled, and I cross it off the list, and continue on. But it's my way of saying thank you for being for participating in the Facebook group and the hashtag. The stitch along we have going now, which is ongoing, it's going to continue on. We're all taking our leisure at it. I've got to get, I'm actually, this next tutorial going up is being done on my new gadget for tutorials using my phone. So this is going to be, we'll see. Somebody says I could stream from my phone for Zoom, or not Zoom, for StreamYard. I got to check that out because the quality that you guys get on YouTube, let's face it, girls, it sucks. I'm sorry, it sucks. I've dropped my webcam is high definition, and I drop it down to 480p for YouTube when I'm live streaming. Now, when I videotape, I do it in high def. I upload in high def. But there's a big difference when I am trying to do a live. That's why I'm telling Connie. I told Connie my internet sucks. I don't know how good it'll be, and I don't want to make her, because of our inadequacies in the internet up here. Once I get my Starlink, I got to put out another $600 because we own the equipment. But the Starlink is high speed, unlimited internet. Elon Musk, thank you, Elon Musk, who, by the way, is part Canadian. Did not know that. He has citizenship here in Canada. Canada, U.S., and one other country he's a citizen of. But, yeah, squirrel moment. It just went right out of my head. I had those a lot lately. Am I getting to that point in my life? I don't know, ladies. I do not know. Have any of you ever done the textured wave stitch? And if so, do you know of a tutorial for it? Because that's the next stitch in this crochet along that I'm doing, that I have no idea what the textured wave stitch is. I was trying to find it in one of my books, but this one here doesn't give names. And I don't know if it's in my crochet South Africa, I believe. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was somewhere around there. I don't know if it's in here. Yeah, it's not in here either. Textured wave stitch. Wave stitch, 2 colors, 184. Nope, see, I don't think that's the textured wave stitch. I don't think that's it. Focus. Beehill crochet. Okay, I'll check hers out then. Because I'm going to get that done today and send my picture off to Lisa. I sent her my first picture, and that's when she messaged back to me that we had to add 2 to 4 extra rows. I only added 2 on my waistcoat stitch. It's hard. This pink makes it. This pink is so bright. Oh my God, my colors are so bright. You need sunglasses on this blanket. You're going to need sunglasses. But I thought the black makes all the neons pop. I think I'm going to have to go back, pick up stitches on the bottom here, and put another row of, I got to put another row of double crochet. I was going to do the link double crochet, but okay, darling, thank you. So I'll just pick up, because I'm going to put a border on mine. I'll go through my borders and see what I have for borders. I'll tell you what, I love all my new books. I just have to sit down with them because I want to finish my design I have. I have a design I did with the Harlequin stitch. I love that stitch. And it's a two color. But I have a pattern that I did with it. Yeah, I only did 2. I think I only did 2. I might rip this out and do, I did 1, 2, 6. I got 6 rows. I might rip out and do 2 more. Or I just may leave it that way. I don't think I want to mess with that waistcoat stitch again. I really don't want to do it. It's hellish on the hands. It's hellish on the hands. Okay, Lorraine. Thank you. I'll have to check it out. But, and I told Lisa I'd do it because, it's her first Cal that she's hosting. And I've done a few, I don't know, 1 or 2 crochet alongs. We had our leisure arts. Every once in a while, I'll get a request for another tutorial for that, and I put it up. I think there's one more I got to do. Somebody sent me a message about the popcorn braid that I got to put up. But like I said, and I told them just because the crochet along's over doesn't mean that if you need support or help with a particular block that I won't be there. I'll gladly help somebody with the block. And like I said, I've told anybody, Facebook Messenger or a Zoom, I don't have a problem with. Speaking of which, I did do 8 rows with the texture wave stitch to get the right height. Oh, did you? Well, I'm not a tight crocheter. It's weird working with worsted weight after I've been working with fingering weight and DK weight in so many projects lately. I did the corner to corner, and that was in Red Heart. But it's just my tension changes. So I'm trying to make sure. I don't know. I went up a hook size. What hook size? I don't even know what hook size I'm using. I'm using a 5.5, an I is what I'm using. And I think it called for it calls for an I on the yarn. I don't know, maybe I need to go up a hook size. Knowing me, I might rip it out and do it all over again. You guys know I have no problem with doing that. Frogging is my middle name. I don't like how a project looks. I rip it out and do it again. I was just thinking. I don't know why that. She said she made a reference to the textured wave stitch was like shells. So I don't know. Yeah, it does. It does. So what's everybody doing today? Is everybody just hanging, lurking, working, gherkin? Frenchie's Frog and Fiber Files. Now that is a mouthful. That's almost like that Freeze Baby Frolic something. Freeze Frolic. That's a mouthful. Frenchie's Frogging Fiber Files. Say that after you've had a few tequilas. Yes, I do drink tequila once in a while. That is, if I do have a drink at Cards, I usually have a shot of tequila. But only Patron top shelf or blue agave. Well, I did a little bit of that this morning. I like to do that. I like to do that on a rainy day, but my favorite time to clean is at night. And unfortunately, I have two members in the household that are in bed by 8:30 because, well, this week Warren's in bed 8:30 because he has to get up at 4 o'clock for work, and I get up with him at 4 a.m. My sister-in-law gets up at 5 a.m. She's in bed between 7:30 and 8:30 at night. And you want another joke? I'm the oldest of the bunch and sleep less than all of them. I don't know how. I don't know. I can't sleep that much. It's just not in my DNA. Not in my DNA. Mom says I come into this world screaming and not meant to sleep. Ever since I was born, I was never a sleeper. I used to say, when I'm dead, I'll sleep. But at 60, I don't want to say that. Today, I had to put a thing on Facebook because Josephine Green, who is one of my clients and a resident here on the island, is celebrating her 102nd birthday today. That woman is still driving, knitting, and she's just a little spitfire. And today she is 102 years old. She's my role model. Oh, I can't wait to see that, Tori. Yeah, Maribel, Josephine is the one who worked with me when I started doing my socks. Yep, she worked with me, and she gave me a piece of advice. She learned to knit when she was 5 years old. And I asked her, how many pair of socks have you knitted? And she says, I couldn't begin to tell you. Thousands. And she had, at that time, had been knitting for over 96 years. And she said to me, never stop knitting. She says, always knit. She says, even if you just knit socks and dishcloths. She says, because it will keep your hands limber. And she's right. 102 years old. Let me tell you, that little lady, like I said, she only drives on the island. She drives a big old Buick Crown Victoria. She can barely see over the wheel, but she drives around the island. She doesn't drive on the mainland. Still has her driver's license. She's afraid when she goes to renew it, they won't renew it. But she attends church. Well, she hasn't since, this past year and a half with things going on. But she's very active, like when they were having the bingos and everything at the senior center. And when I start my knit night up this winter, she'll be there. She loves to play games, cards and euchre and all these different games. She loves to play games. And she loves jigsaw puzzles. And she says it keeps you young. Yeah, she really is an inspiration. And I tell her that. She's all maybe 90 pounds, maybe, barely. She's shorter than you, Darlene. She's about 4'10". She's just a little thing. And I used to go over, she was one of my clients I took care of. And she always looked forward to when I came. She loved my cooking, for one. But she always told me, make sure you bring your knitting. Or crocheting, whatever I was working on. Oh, my God, the story. And she would sit there. I'd be crocheting and knitting, and she'd be knitting socks. And she would tell me stories from way back. She's originally from Graham and Ann. And she was just amazing. She was a fisherman's wife, lobster fisherman. She had 5 kids. And one of them just passed away last year. That was very hard for her. Garnet passed away doing what he loved. He was on the fishing boat. He did what he loved. But she told me stories before she was here and they got electricity on the island. She told me about the outhouses and having to go to the community well here to get water in jugs. When they first got, like I said, electricity, when they first got phones on the island, and it was a party line. And then the big thing came is when they got cable, on the island. But it was amazing listening to her stories and the things she's seen. I love listening to older generation. I learned so much from them. And the kids today, don't take the time to listen to them, and they have no idea what they're missing out on. I've always enjoyed my great aunts and uncles told me about life over in Italy. My grandmother used to tell me what life was like in Italy. You know, yeah. I mean, we just learned so much. And the sad thing is, like when my mom passed away, I had asked Mom probably for the better part of 10 years, Mom, please write down the family recipes, the ones I don't have. Please write them down. I said, because once you're gone, they're gone. She does, Lorraine, and she has an amazing life. And unfortunately, Mom passed away, and the recipes went with her. Now, I have some that were written by my great-grandmother, and they're in their handwriting. I had to rewrite them because a couple of them I had to translate from Italian. But thank God for translator on Google. But, you know, once they're gone. So stuff like that, you know, when the older generations pass away, it's just stuff that's gone. And the only thing is, my sister Hannah and I are the only two that have kept up the tradition, like with the Christmas cookies and the Easter breads. And I'm the only one that makes homemade macaroni. Mom used to make homemade macaroni, and I make homemade macaroni. So, but they have no idea what they're missing. That was one of my favorite things, to sit around the tables growing up and listening to my uncles and my grandparents, you know, and everybody talk about the old days. Come to think of it now, I'm the old days. If you think about it, ladies, I know some of you in here are a lot younger, but the music I grew up with is now the oldies. That is sad. Excuse me. I just have to laugh. People act like 60's old. It's not. It's not. I have more energy now than I did. Well, I have energy. I have a lot of energy. I had more energy 10 years ago. I will say that. But I have a lot of energy. But for 60 years old, I've seen women younger than me that walk around like they're 90. I'm like, oh, not me. You're going to have to put an anchor on me to tie me down. I have to put an anchor on me. Hubby comes in. He'll come in and say, "Are you ready for bed?" And he'll look at me and he'll say, "Nope." You're bug-eyed. You're not ready for bed. And no, I'm not. Sleep well. Love you. You know. Good morning, Diana. Welcome. People born in the 1900s. Yes, I know. We were, but we were born after 1960. I was just barely born after 1960. You know, but yeah, you talk to them. If you talk to your kids and your grandkids about things, the way things were when we were growing up, they cannot comprehend a world without the internet. They cannot comprehend a world without cell phones. And I said, when we left the house, we always had change on us to use a payphone. And they said, a what? A payphone. Here on the island, we still have a payphone. I don't know if it works. I haven't checked it out. We have a payphone. And I'm going to tell you how many tourists take pictures of the payphone because they've never seen it. Yep, 1964, last year of the baby boomers. They had never seen a payphone before. Seriously. I mean, I grew up with payphones. When I was trucking, you know, up until, it would have been 2000. I think I got my first cell phone in 2002, 2003. But didn't use it very often because back then it was really expensive. They didn't have unlimited, you know, in the States, they didn't have unlimited. I had a bag phone. My first phone was a bag phone. And, you know, my brother come home one day and he said, I have officially reached old fart status. And I said, what do you mean? Well, my daughter come home from school today, Mackenzie, my niece, who has graduated high school and is in her first year of college, come home from school and said, Daddy, You ought to have seen the big CD that the teacher played today. It was a vinyl album. These kids have no concept. And I have to laugh because vinyl is coming back because you can't get that sound digitally that you get from vinyl albums. So it's coming back. All the fashions that we wore growing up is coming back. Bell bottoms and, you know, all the things that we wore growing up. Oh, I know. There is quite a few places on the island still have rotary phones. They still use their rotary phones. They do. And to them, it's like perfectly good phone. You know, these are generations that didn't waste anything. So I Mary? And you did not want Mary in front of your name? Oh, tell me. Vatican? What's before your name, Nancy? Vatican Nancy. Wow. Now, I will tell you, somebody said to me, and that must be something up here in Canada, because I was born Roman Catholic, Italian Roman Catholic. And I have a baptismal certificate and a birth certificate. I was born in 61. But not every girl has Mary in her name. In the Italian family, we were named usually after, you know, mothers, grandmothers. I was named 5th generation of Antoinettes. My great-great-grandmother, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, and me. My name, my middle name is Philomena, and my mother translated it to English. And then my third name is Teresa. And that was named after my mother's godmother. And then, of course, I have my confirmation name, Veronica, which was after Veronica's Veil. That's where I got my confirmation name at. But my sister-in-law her first name's Mary. That must have been something up here in Canada. Because down where I grew up at in Little Italy. Oh, you? Okay. Yeah, we didn't. What year were you born in, Frenchie? I have too, Lorraine. And we made it. We survived. And you know what else we lived through? We lived through riding our bikes without knee pads. Skinned knees, whether it was your bike or your roller skates, was a rite of passage. Skinned elbows and skinned knees. And I had a few skinned foreheads. Okay, you were born 10 years after me. I'm trying to think of my family. No, most of the girls in our family have Italian names. Oh, most of Quebec at that time? Okay. Yep, no helmets, no seatbelts, no. Yep. We all survived. We survived. My kids didn't wear helmets riding their bikes. My boys, well, Anthony's 40, he'll be 41. I did have a bike. It was given to me by my cousin. Mom and Dad had 7 kids. We didn't get a lot. Yeah, Marie. My mom's sister has got 4 girls and 1 boy. All but one names begin with M. Marie, Marlene, Marguerite, Michael, Adele. My mom's kids, Antoinette, Johanna, Paula, Stephanie, Gabriella, Adam, Melissa. My grandmother on my mom's side, my mom's mother, was Adelina Philomena. Her sister was Michelina Luigina. Those are the kind of names they gave us, but a lot of the parents translated them into English. Now, my Uncle Neil, when he came over here from Italy, his name was Giglio, which was Lily, Lili, Lily like the flower in English. So they changed his name to Neil. Because sometimes when you translate the names into English, it didn't mean the same. So I have to laugh. Some of the names that people give their kids is scary. I went to school with a girl they called Betty Bonifetti, and that was her name, not Elizabeth, but Betty. And her last name was Bonifetti. I thought to myself, did your mother not like you? I mean, it's a lot of the men. I will say the Italian men, their names are Joseph. Like my husband's family, they're from Moncton originally. They grew up on Deer Island, but they're from Moncton. 3 boys: Joseph John, Joseph James, Joseph Warren. Yep. Exactly, Tori. Exactly. So they were all named Joseph. And let me tell you something. They get it mixed up at the pharmacy. My husband and his little brother are both diabetics. And if we first moved here, they got their medication mixed up all the time. So when we go in, we have to say Joseph Warren or Joseph John, because legally, now when my husband came to the States, he could have legally changed his name to Warren Joseph, but he didn't. He left it Joseph Warren. So, and nobody calls you any of them Joseph or Joe. They go by their middle names. Everybody knows him by Warren. When they see Joseph Calder in the phone book, they're like, who's that? Because nobody knows him by Joseph. He's never used Joseph. He signs his name J.W. or J. Warren. Even except in the military. He has to use Joseph Warren, but they called him Warren. Actually, they called him Sugar Bear. That was his name in the military, and that was his handle when he drove truck, was Sugar Bear. I was Baby Bear, and he was Sugar Bear. But no, it's crazy. But you know something? I have no regrets. I had a great childhood. Being poor, I think you have a better childhood than the kids that have everything they want. Exactly, Lorraine and Darlene. That's funny. I don't care what anybody says. That's funny. So I have to call you Darlene Lively's Kilometers. We'll just call you DK. See, you guys learned the metric up here. They started to teach us the metric in the States. They gave up. And I'll tell you, it's one of the hardest things I've had since I've come up here is getting used to kilometers. But here on the island, most of them all use the imperial system. You know, everything's gallons. Now, people don't understand that. They'll say, well, how much do you pay for gas? Well, we pay $1.41 a liter. A liter? Yeah, 4 liters make a gallon. Or 5 liters make an imperial gallon. The imperial gallon is bigger than the U.S. gallon. It's slightly more than 4 liters, but the U.S. gallon is smaller than the imperial gallon. It really screws them up. Well, like I said, little by little, I'm learning it. I don't like using Celsius because when they say 32 degrees Celsius, it still sounds cold to me, although it's not. I want to see that 80, 90, 100 degrees. Then I feel warm. You know, then I feel warm. I did see, I'm trying to think. My husband said, I mean, they all learned the metric system growing up. But here I come from the States. Yeah, see, I come from the States, and that's all we never really learned the metric system. You know, they started to, I think, when I was in maybe junior high. You were in elementary school. Yeah, I think I was in junior high when they started talking about change. You know, making it a global unit of measure. Because the majority of the world is metric. All the places I've traveled to in the world, everything is metric. And it's like, duh. In some places, they drive on the wrong side of the road. My girlfriend Vicky over in Australia said, no, you don't drive on the wrong side of the road. You drive on the wrong side of the road. I said, no, we drive on the right side of the road. Literally on the right side of the road. I went over to Australia, had a rental car. It was a Ford Falcon. Got in my rental car, pulled out of the rental lot, pulled on the highway. Yep. I got down the road about 2 miles, pulled over, said, nope, I ain't driving. I was all messed up. I didn't even go to the right side of the car. I went to get in the right door. It's the passenger side. Yeah, I think the U.S. is the only one that stayed miles per hour and gallons and stuff like that. I think they're the only one. I'll tell you, when you're in a country that they drive on the different side of the road than you do, it does mess you up. When the steering wheel's on the left side of the car and all your life you've drove on the right side, it messes you up. You literally got to retrain your brain to think. And God forbid if it's a stick and you have to shift with your left hand. Oh, I don't think so. I can shift 18 gears with my right hand, but Gary had a stick shift Tirana. And we were just in a parking lot. He says, oh, jump in there, because we had muscle cars. He said, I'll just jump in there and check out the little Tirana. I said, okay, I'll try it. I got in there, and it's like, oh, it's a stick. Okay. I got to shift with my left hand. I could not coordinate that left hand. I said, look, it took me a year to learn to drive a 3-speed. You know how long it'll take me to learn to coordinate this left hand with a clutch and shifting with my left hand? Give me my right hand. I can shift my right hand. So I'd reach over, and I'd use my right hand to shift with. Yeah, no, I was driving. Like I said, I pulled down the road a couple miles and refused to drive. I was there on my honeymoon. No. I don't drive in Australia. I'll be a passenger. I'm quite happy being a passenger. It is, because it just freaks you out, because our brains are trained that left side of car, steering wheel. Well, now you're a passenger and steering wheel's over there. And the only time you've ever seen something like that was in like a student ed car, driver ed car. And it's like, it's our brains are just, they're just trained, and it just takes retraining your brain. But it's like anything else. I'm sure if you were there a while, you would learn and adapt. I had a chance when I was there to drive one of their big trucks, their trains, and they had 2 steering axles and stuff like that. And I now regret not trying it. Now their truck was left-hand drive, so I would have been shifting with my right hand. But, it kind of freaked me out. I didn't, 2 steering axles, and I didn't want to break the truck either, because I know how expensive they are to fix, especially over there. But I had the chance I could have drove one of their trains, and I should have taken the chance, because it was probably a once in a lifetime chance I would have had to do, but didn't do it. One of the few times in my life I chickened out of doing something. I usually don't chicken out of doing something. I'll try it at least once. Heck, I've wanted to jump out of an airplane, but nobody will let me jump out of an airplane. My hubby won't let me. He says, you're too old now. Oh, wonderful. I says, thank you very much. Love you too. I'm too old. I'm in better shape than you are. All I hear is them walk around with aches and pains, and I don't feel good, and this hurts and that hurts. And I'm like, I've broken more bones than the 2 of you put together. Yes, I'm a klutz. I'm a closet klutz, I admit it. I've had a lot of broken bones. Both arms, both legs, hands, fingers, toes, my back. Yeah, I broke a few bones. Ribs. That is the worst. Broken ribs with a punctured lung. That is the worst. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. When I was doing my instructor course. Oh, see, no, I want to do it. They won't let me do it. When I did my instructor course, they asked if anybody ever broke a rib. I said, yep. punctured my lung. It collapsed. I said, and I waited 12 hours to go to the hospital because I wasn't going in the ambulance because I don't like ambulances. I ain't going nowhere in the ambulance. The only way you're getting me in an ambulance is if I'm unconscious. If not, I'm going in my car. Fire the ferry up or going in the car. But, yeah, that was, 12 hours I laid there on the couch. Ooh, that was painful. I'm very protective of my ribs now. Very protective if I walk. I slipped on the ice, come down, and I heard her break. Yeah, buddy. I crawled into the house, and the dogs laid there by me whining until my husband... I tried to call my husband, but couldn't catch my breath. 3 hours before he got home. And then they give me morphine. I don't think so. I just took Tylenol. I don't like drugs. I have flushed more morphine and OxyContins down the toilet. And people say you shouldn't do that. Well, I don't have a public sewage system here. It just goes into my septic tank. About another 10 minutes, I'm going to scoot because now I can run down to the boutique and get that done. Oh, but I think I'm going to do this once or twice a week, at least once a week, have a live in the morning when the powers that be aren't in the house and I can have quiet and I don't have the TV blaring so loud. You guys understand, I shut my door here in my room, my craft room, and I can still hear the TV when I'm doing my videos. I've had to redo, I don't know how many times I've had to redo a video. They're deaf. They're deaf. They cannot hear. Barb's going for hearing tests next week because both hubby and I told her. I mean, she really has that TV loud. Excuse me. And she talks like she's shouting across a room at you. And I'm right next to her. And I'm like, bring it down a few notches. And she goes, am I really that loud? Yeah, you are. But she says, well, maybe it came from, being in the ambulance. I says, I drove a truck for 30 years listening to the straight pipes and diesels and stuff, and I've got really good hearing. Yes, everybody subbed everybody. Anybody has it. Oh, and I always tell everybody, if you have a channel, feel free to drop your link in the chat. I have no problem, or any kind of, if you have a Facebook group or something like that, drop a link. I have no problem if you do that. I encourage it. A lot of times I will go if I'm in a live or something and I see somebody, I will go to their channel. Now, I just had a couple new people sub to me, and I went to one of them, and no crochet or anything. I'm like, who is this person? But we'll see. Because like I said, if somebody comes into a live or on a video comments, and I tell anybody, you can leave any comments you want. Constructive criticism is encouraged because I like the input and the feedback. But if you harass anybody, I made moderators. Do I have to do that every live? Okay, go over here. Okay, hold on. YouTube. Let me see. I gotta go to YouTube Studio. Okay, I got. Okay, where's my chat? Well, my chat's not showing. Why isn't my... Oh, there it is. Okay. There's my chat. Okay. All right. Yep. I have... Okay. I have a bunch of moderators. Yep, I got a bunch of moderators in here. Darlene's a mod. Maribel's a mod. Lorraine's a mod. Lorraine, your wrench isn't showing, but you are a moderator. Okay, there we go. Darlene can drop links. Lorraine can drop links. Maribel can drop links. I can put... How do you set them as your default? Well, they actually, I just checked and they all come up as mods. And you're set as a mod, so the next live you should come up with the wrench beside your name. I'm still learning this stuff here. Like I said, I don't... And I just saw the quality of the video you guys are getting on YouTube. I'm sorry. I do apologize. It sucks. It's crap. It's crap. That is crap. Crap, 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 crap. Crap, crap, crap. It's blurry. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Only thing I can do... general camera. Okay, does that make any difference in the video right there? Does it make any difference? Yeah, I jumped over to it didn't make a difference, Darlene. This is a good webcam. I mean, I researched on buying the webcams, and it is a good webcam. I think maybe what I'll try next time. Okay, I'm gonna check and see what my... I have a way here where I can go and check my internet signal. My internet signal's blurry. Go back. Okay. How's that? Does that do anything? No. Okay, does that... Okay, the best I can do on the setting is 720p. I drop down to 40p, it gets worse. I don't know. So it's just I'm gonna have to work with it. I do apologize, ladies. See, what I'm looking at here on StreamYard, it's clear. But what I do is I bring it up on YouTube, mute my big mouth, and I look and see what's there. And me, I'm blurry. But the I wonder, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna do a quick check here. I'm gonna check something. Okay, this might be a little dark because I'd have to go in and change lighting settings and everything. Oh no, that's worse. Ew. Maybe it's just my face. Yeah. Can somebody drop Tori's link, please? Let me see. Let me All right, Tori, there you go. That's Tori's link. I only know one way to get it, and that's to go to YouTube. Maribel, how do you get your links? I go to like my subscriber list, find them, scroll down, find them, click on theirs, share, copy, and then I paste it. I don't know any other way to do it. Mine's a long way. Mine's probably the long way around. It's just like when I'm in a live and somebody says hi to me and it'll say @2OGs. It's highlighted in a color. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. But I'm going to get going here shortly. I said I was going to do an hour. Guess how long we did it, girls? Guess how long we did it? But I will work. I'm going to try my other computer. Okay. That's what I do. I'm going to try my other computer. And maybe this is an older computer, but it's been updated and it's like got all the high-speed crap in it. That's what I do too, Lorraine. That's what I just did. This here, where I have, you see that link I dropped, that's Tori's link. That's Tori's link. Yeah, Nancy, I've done that. I type and then their name, and then I click on it, but it never seems to be highlighted. But every time somebody puts mine up, it's like highlighted in a box. Okay, Maribel. All right, ladies. Are we going to do this next week? Raise of hands if anybody wants to do this next week. We can have coffee and tea together and have a little chat. And you can come and see my crazy that is my life. I'd love to be able to do it on the deck if I can get a warm day. Just take my computer outside, sit on the deck, and have the background of my water. But next year when you see that, it's going to be different because they're cutting the trees down. Oh, okay. Thanks, Nancy. Yes, they're coming in to cut. We're opening up the rest of the bottom by the water. That's all getting opened up. So you'll see on the right side, you're going to see all the Bay of Fundy. Oh, okay. See, you ladies are teaching me. So next week, I will post in the Facebook group the time and day that I can go live. I got to look at hubby's schedule to make sure he's gone. It might be a little later, like 12, 1 o'clock, because he goes to work at 11. Barb's at work, so I don't worry about that. But he goes to work at 11 when he's on night shift. So once he leaves for work, then I can get on the computer. Exactly, Tori. I love all you guys. He asked me yesterday what kind of days you have. I said, you know what? It started out crappy. I said, but then I got on a live with the girls. I said, it was a good day. I said, I had a great time. We laughed. I said, we had fun. And I really enjoyed it. I said, when I get together with the girls on either a Zoom call or a live on the channel, I said, it just brings my spirits up and makes me feel good. I've told you guys before, on the island, I have only one friend, and that's Kathy. She's my best friend. But she's the only one. I have acquaintances, a lot of acquaintances, but only one person I can call friend. And then I have this other person in Nova Scotia. But right here on the island, there's only one person. And she's getting ready to go fishing, so for the next 3 months, I won't see her. Oh, 2 months. November, December, she's gone. That poor woman's up at 3 a.m. and he gets home at night and goes to bed because she's a lobster fisherman and she works hard. So you ladies are my fiber family. And I enjoy it. When I started this channel, Barb was supposed to help me with the channel. But it's just me. You guys are stuck with just me. If I do an outside video or something, she might go with me. We're planning a trip to Grand Manan. And that's a 2-hour boat ride. So I will be videoing when we go to Grand Manan. That's the other island in the West Isles. I love you too, darling. I love all you ladies. You ladies are great ladies. I'll tell you that. And I do hope we can do a retreat next summer. That would be nice. Get together and just the yayas. Good seeing you too, Lorraine. All right. I will post in the Facebook group. Nice. You too, Nancy. Thank you so much. I appreciate all you guys. I hope you know that. I hope you know how much I appreciate you. And be looking some Monday. The video will load up Monday because it takes forever to load. Who the winner is from the hashtag outside your comfort zone. And you will get your little sum. I have some of your addresses. If you're the winner and I don't have your address, then you'll have to send me your address. But ladies, have a beautiful weekend. You're not that old, young whippersnapper. You're a young whippersnapper. Excuse me, ladies. All right, well, I'm going to go drop my last container off for the raffle. And hopefully we sell lots of tickets to help the puppies and the kitties. I love you, ladies. Have a great weekend. And as soon as I'm done with this, it's going to go to private. Have a great day, ladies. You're still a young whippersnapper. 57, you're still younger than me. I'm 6 decades old. 6 decades. 4 score. 7 years ago. Whatever score is. I don't remember what a score is. I think a score is 10. 4 scores. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Love you guys.